Bunch of times. Yeah, me too. Me too. This is amazing. There's so much to see here, and I've never seen it this full. This is pretty amazing.
I saw the whole Snoopy exhibit back there.
You saw the Snoopy exhibit? Yeah, yeah. It's pretty. Yeah. It's a pretty amazing place. Okay, we're just waiting for the live stream to get back on. Oh yeah. The booth down here by the bathrooms. Okay, so just a quick announcement before we get started. Kids, with your passports, if they are all stamped and ready to be turned in for the raffle, you'll turn those in at the CCR table, which is by the bathrooms. Thanks for your patience. With our first question is, what do you love most about the work that you do every day?
I can start.
Okay.
For me, it's just getting out, getting to interact with kids, and bring our resources out to the public is my favorite part.
For me, my name's Charlie with Warriors Fitness. My favorite part of my job is teaching people how to better use their body, because you're only given one body in this life, and the more you get to know about it, the more opportunities you have to see what amazing things you can do.
Yes, Captain Stein. I think the most enjoyable part of my job is truly getting to help people. You know, not everybody gets to do that for a living, and I get to go out no matter what. Every time they call me, I get to go help somebody with whatever they need. So I think that's the most enjoyable part of it.
My answer is a little bit similar. My favorite part is helping others. We train people and then help them either find a different job or reskill in their current job. So being able to help people go on to their next pathway. For me.
Wow. Okay, I'm sensing a theme here of helping others, right? Which is a pretty amazing thing to be able to say that you do as part of your profession. A question I have for you now is, when you were these kids' ages, so 4th and 5th grade, what did you want to be? Did you see yourself in this profession that you're in now?
Kind of. I wanted to be a teacher, so I'm kind of doing the same thing now. It's a little further away from true education, but still get to work with kids and bring out our curriculum.
I was very fortunate to be raised in the same industry I work in, and so it was probably 7 or 8 years old. I knew the rest of my life I wanted to work in teaching people how to use their body and becoming stronger.
Actually, when I was you all's age, I wanted to be an astronaut. I didn't even think about becoming a firefighter. I had high hopes and dreams to go into space. I still do. I still do. Elon, if you're out there, I want to go. Mars, right? But no, I fell into this job, and it just became one of the most passionate things I could do in my life. And I've loved it ever since. So, yeah, when I was your age, had no idea that I wanted to do this. So.
Yeah. Well, Captain Stein, I got to say, you went from one cool outfit to another cool outfit. So,
I think at this age, I did not know what I want to do, but my mom saved this poster I made at this age, and I put I wanted to be a firewoman. So, still helping others, just in a different industry, I guess.
What skills or habits help you do your work well?
Yeah, I'd say for mine, and this is something that you could focus on really early, even with your schoolwork, is time management. So learning how to structure your time to be the most effective you can and getting the things that you want to get accomplished. A lot of times, if we don't have good time management, no matter what our goal is or what is it we're trying to accomplish, it's very hard to get things done. So the earlier you can learn how to manage your time very well, the more effective you'll be at pursuing whatever career you're looking at.
Well, one of the most helpful things, I think, is making sure that you're following a lifelong fitness routine. In order to do this job in firefighting, you have to be physically strong. But the more challenging part is the mental. We really have to be intelligent. We have to get educated. And one of the big ones, and I know, guys, it's a little bit of a bummer, but science. Science is so important to us. In firefighting, everything is about science and math. So a little bit of a bummer. If you want to become a firefighter, you got to learn your science and math.
I would say staying organized. I remember at this age, we always had planners in elementary school, middle school, high school. I still had one in college and keep it also. Same with that time management and staying organized on top of everything.
Staying organized and fit.
Yeah, I second that. Time management, organization. My to-do list is my best friend.
Yeah, that's a really important skill to have. Yep. Okay, so I can see these kids are starting to think of some questions for you, but I'd like you to maybe share something surprising about your profession that they might not know. If you can think of a surprising fact or...
I think it's how much I get to travel. I've been up as far as Humboldt County, so nearly to Oregon, and then out to the Sonoma area a lot. So I get to be out and about a lot.
A lot of people think that in wellness or fitness, you're always in a gym. But one of the coolest things I get to do is contract work. So I get to work with Consumnes Fire Department, Amador County Sheriff's Office, Elk Grove PD, Galt PD. I get to go and work with professional athletes that play baseball. Some of them play football. I get to help in the collegiate level. So one of the cool things about my job is everyone needs help getting stronger. And a lot of times you get to go help all different kinds of people meet new people.
I would say one of the most interesting parts of firefighting in the job is everybody thinks we kind of run around and we put out fires and we get to ride around in big red trucks all the time. But it's so much more than that. And really, it's the medical side of things. When people get into car accidents or need our help, we actually do that more than we fight fires. We actually go out on medical calls more than firefighting. So yeah, I think that's kind of unique.
I think the most interesting part of my work, because we work with electric vehicles, so we're at the front face of new exciting technologies coming on with partnerships with different companies and just kind of seeing how this tech and innovation is becoming our future.
Wonderful, thank you. How do you keep learning new things in your job?
Constantly just pursuing new opportunities and reading. That is my biggest thing. I read a lot, so keep reading your books and that will help.
Yeah, with my profession, and I think with a lot of professions, one of the things that will keep you learning a lot is curiosity, so making work a lot of fun. So if you want to learn something, the best thing you could do is become curious about it. Try to understand how and why it works, and reading's a good one. A lot of times there's great information online. Make sure it's someone that's valid for giving that information. But just trying things, trying new things, exploring. And remember, it's okay to fail because failure brings you closer to your resolution. You only lose when you quit.
I'm sure in the fitness industry that's really important to make sure that your sources are valid sources. Yeah, yeah.
Well, I'm lucky enough to have been in a profession that actually requires us and encourage us to keep going back and furthering our education. In order to keep our certifications current, we do have to get a minimum of education continuing every 2 years. But really, it's about the technology and how quickly it changes. And I mean, I'm not that old. I've been in the game for a little while, and everything has changed drastically from when I was your age to where I am now. And if I didn't keep up with learning the new technology and techniques, I wouldn't be able to do the job.
I think for me, just asking a lot of questions. If I'm curious about something, I ask about it, or if someone is doing something that I might be interested in or just want to learn more about, just kind of picking their brain about how they got to that position or why they do what they do.
That's a great mindset. It's to always be ready to ask questions. Kids, we're going to be taking some questions from you in just a few minutes, so start thinking of what questions you have for our panelists. So at GCC, we have a portrait of a graduate, so we really work to get our students ready to be life-ready global citizens. So thinking in those terms, how do you show kindness, teamwork, responsibility in your job the same way we try to do in our schools?
Yeah, so my team that I work with, we're really small. There are only 6 of us, so we have to distribute projects, things that we're working on, and be on hand to help out as much as possible. If someone is busy, another person can step in.
There's a golden rule. It's to treat others the way you want to be treated. So we always talk about when you're working with a client or you're working with someone that you're trying to help, imagine someone that's very important to you, and that's the person that you're helping. You want to take that same mentality of love and care and make sure that you're providing the best quality service, because they might not remember what happened, but they're going to remember how you treated them. So treating people really well is a very big key.
Well, we get to show it every day when we respond to calls, right? People don't call us when they're well. They call us when they're sick or hurt. And so we get to go out there and really test our compassion and our tolerance when we have to go out and help whoever it may be with whatever it may be. So I think that's one of the best things we have going.
Sorry, do you mind repeating the question one more time?
So the question was just how do you show kindness, teamwork, and responsibility in your job?
I think being able to work well with others. I mean, throughout schooling, you're working in groups or working with people. That doesn't stop once you're done with school, so being able to work in a team, listen to others, add value, and not be afraid to also share your opinion, too.
Excellent. And then another aspect of our portrait of a graduate is just being preparing our students to be academically ready. So you sort of addressed this, but maybe just framing it in like what students can do while they are in school to help stay curious and keep growing. If there's anything to add.
Can you say that again?
Oh, just anything that students can do to keep curious and stay growing like academically while they're in school. Is there anything to add to like that mindset of continuous improvement?
Yeah, I have one for that. When you are looking at different things that are challenging for you, maybe it's a certain subject or it's a certain way of doing things, don't see that difficulty as a bad thing. See it as an opportunity for growth. And if we can reframe our brain to make that a positive thing, if we move into that toughness of learning it, and we say, you know what, I might not know it right now, but if I spend the time and I actually reframe this as something that's going to be a good challenge for growth, I think that will create a better opportunity to move forward through that problem instead of always seeing it as something maybe I'm bad at. So just restructuring your brain to say, you know what, I might not be good at this right now, but I'm sure going to try as hard as I can to figure it out.
That's excellent advice. That's something I try to get my own kids to see and think about when they fail. Think of that as an opportunity to learn and grow, right?
Well, again, I can reiterate math and science. That's 2 of the most important subjects for us, math and science. But I also want to tell you, you can't forget about yourself and your own creative outlets. People wouldn't guess it, but I'm an artist. I like to paint. So always follow through with your core subjects, but take time to follow through with your artistic side too, to keep yourself balanced.
I would say take advantage of your resources. I mean, career fairs and things like this, your schools put together a lot of workshops, a lot of career fairs, a lot of career counseling. Take advantage of all of those, ask a lot of questions, because those can be very beneficial.
Okay, a couple questions from the audience.
They wanted to know for Captain Stein.
Okay.
How hard was people who tried the academy, they washed out. It's extremely demanding, and it's not the physical part, because they will teach you and train you to be strong. It's the mental fortitude. It's the toughness to keep going, to keep pushing, even when you want to give up. That's the key to doing this job. You have to keep pushing beyond whatever you think is your limit. Go beyond it. That next limit, go beyond it. You have to keep going beyond all of those walls, all of those limitations in order to succeed in this job. Trust me, it's highly competitive. In New York, over 6,000 people apply every 4 years. They only hire 600. It is a very competitive job. And again, not easy to do. Branch of service, it was easy for me in a sense. I actually came out of the Marine Corps. So I was a heavy machine gunner in the Marine Corps before I became a firefighter. And that kind of training and physicality got me prepared for that job and made it kind of easy.
Yeah, for me, I think a lot of times my discipline alludes to me having military service. Although I'm not sworn and have never served, I do spend a lot of time under the mentorship of a coach that's at NSW, which is Naval Special Warfare, which is a branch of the Marines in Coronado. The human performance director over there and strength coach is a good friend of mine, and a lot of my protocols for training are heavily influenced from his mentorship in my life. So a lot of the discipline that you get to see from the folks that served, whether it was the Marines or any other branch, you could see how that discipline then carries into another professional field, which is firefighters. And if you think about the captain here, in both jobs, what was he doing? He was helping people and doing great acts of service for his community and his country. So the next question is, would we come to your school and speak and talk? I probably speak for me and the captain both. We definitely would, right?
Thumbs up.
Sounds good.
We'll even bring our fire truck. Yeah.
All right, fire truck. Would you like your fire truck at your school? Would that be interesting? Yeah? Would you be willing to visit the schools?
Absolutely. We have tons of activities geared towards kids. We could come make ice cream. That's a fun one.
Yeah, I would love to come to your school. We also have a mobile workforce development training program where we can teach you guys more about electric vehicles, the virtual reality headsets, and things like that. So definitely.
Wonderful. Any other questions from the audience? Kids, any questions you have for our panelists? They asked the questions. Okay. Just want to thank our panelists so much for being up here and willing to share some insights into your professions, and thank you for being at our college and career fair as well. And yeah, we're going to come visit your booths. Where are you located if kids want to learn more?
Right behind Butte College.
Okay, just right over here behind Butte College. Back corner on the right. If you'd like some more from Z Fitness, Warrior Fitness, right? Back corner that way to visit Captain Stein. And then e-vehicles right over here. Okay. Thank you again. Appreciate you. And I'm going to hand it back over to Mr. Sprinkles.
All right. Thank you so much. Panelists, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time up here. You're free to head back to your booth if you'd like. All right. So students, if you haven't done so already, please make your way to the